Hi, it's Sammy, and I am doing the Pagan Challenge, and I am on week 3, which is, show your altar sacred space. I am lucky enough that I do get to have like a dedicated corner in my room for, having a nice little area for me to kind of meditate or study or, kind of work in. And I will give you my little tour of my space, starting with my lovely reading chair and also my Sophia pillow. Um, this is the golden girl that I just treasure the most. And I feel like if we were going to put the Golden Girls into, the roles of the four queens of the tarot, I feel like she would be the Queen of Swords. So I have her over there. Then I have just, the Beatles right there. No, like, real sacred reason. I just got that in Mexico and I wanted to put it somewhere, so it ended up there. And then I have some little lights just because that just is fun for me. And then I have a little collage that I made right there. As you can see, it has like a cheetah and a woman with like a planet for a head and different things like that. So, next is a recent purchase that I'm really excited to use. I can't wait till January. But I got the Witch's Calendar for 2017. It's very pretty. And I got it local, so support your local magic shop. And then next you kind of get to, I guess, where the magic really happens. Um, Above is a sort of vision board type thing. What I have been doing is for the last 4 months, I've been kind of studying the four queens of the tarot. I got the idea when I was reading an e-zine, a web one by Kellyanne Maddox. You can find it at her website. Just like Google her name. And she kind of just made this e-zine that was all about the different four queens, and I just thought it'd be really interesting just to kind of immerse myself and take like empowerment from these, dynamic sort of female archetypes. So, for the last 4 months, I've been just having one queen a month that I have been working with. I started with the Queen of Swords in July, and I kind of take, sort of what I focus on in that month, kind of takes on the theme. Um, so in July, since it's the Queen of Swords, I kind of picked that one first just because I had just started a new sort of um, kind of side gig and going through like some logistical stuff like moving and things like that, and I felt like I could really use just kind of focusing that sort of mental logic energy. And then in August I moved to the Queen of Wands. I chose her because for that month because I was going abroad for like a company retreat type thing with a bunch of people that I'd never met before, except through work. So I really wanted to like kind of take that sort of charisma, kind of with me and kind of draw upon that and the sort of magic aspect, because that's when I went from, doing, practicing tarot and then getting to where I was moving past just reading books and studying and, really working on, you know, developing this space because I had moved, so I had more space to devote to just having a full area and building up, my cupboard and kind of being able to do more things. So I drew upon the Queen of Wands in that month. And then the Queen of Cups was in September when I did a Self Love September challenge with that was hosted by Kellyanne Maddox, and then I read and just kind of absorbed other sort of self love material. So the Queen of Cups just seemed like a natural fit to be the theme for that month. Now I'm on the Queen of Pentacles, and she's a really good last choice for October because this month has just been filled with so much work and just kind of having to go from that self love sort of space and then move to like putting some of those things in practice, and just kind of taking from those concepts and, really making practical applications of it in the real world, and just kind of going through. I have all these events that are going to just happen in the first week of November that I've been planning for months, including a conference and then this event that I've been planning. So it all kind of happened. So this month has been really like, you know, pedal to the metal on like business stuff. So that's why I have some things that kind of remind me of the Queen of Pentacles. Like that, kind of badass business lady right there, and then the different sort of nature, like tunnels and gateways type things, and different sort of natural things. Um, and you can't see it, but there's some, cool clips that I got from a YWCA brochure that had just some of their projects, and I really liked, their message and kind of, that sort of boss, badass kind of going in and just making shit happen for, her sisters. So I thought that was really cool. But one thing I usually always have is that I have some necklaces that I just kind of feel strongly about, whether they're crystals or, what have you. So I just kind of have them hanging in this area. So I really, just so you have that same feeling of, I guess, intention or purpose. So you don't have like a crystal that's just kind of buried with, all your other random jewelry. So I have that there. And then as we get to my altar area, I had two candles at one point, but yesterday while I was fiddling around with my setup, the board fell and it knocked over my candle that symbolized, you know, Hecate and the goddess and that sort of energy, which I was really bummed about, so I need to get that. But imagine that there's two. I pretty much got this at a food city. Your standard sort of, you know, um, vaguely kind of Catholic saint candle. Um, my mom's Catholic, so I do appreciate the spectacle of the religion. I like the, iconography and stuff like that. And they're also pretty cheap. I have, just to go with my Queen of Pentacles theme, I have a little set up with some tarot cards that are the Queen of Pentacles, if I can even find the camera. Ta-da! One's from an Egyptian deck by Los Scabros or whatever it's called. And the other one is it's from a deck called Joy de Vive. So, I don't know why I'm struggling with those names since I have like 3 decks. You'd think I know all their names. And then right here, because in the Great Vision Board disaster, one of my necklaces broke. I'm really bummed, just a bit of fluorite, so I don't know what you do when that happens. People say bury it, people say you can dig it up, people say cleanse it, blah, blah, blah. I poured some cleansing oil and put it on a dish, and I've just been kind of like letting it simmer until I decide what to do with it. Um, right there. And then I have my pocket size Rider Waite deck, and I'm just kind of cleansing it with some rose quartz, some selenite, and then I forget which one. Oh, this is like onyx, I want to say. Anyway, I have those on there because I'm going to a Halloween party as a fortune teller, and I'm going to take my deck for funsies. And that's kind of the display altar area that, I might change. I'm not really seasonal. Arizona kind of feels like we have like, technically, I guess we have like 5 like very subtle seasons, but it's mostly hot and not hot, as hot. So usually my displays on my altar usually kind of go with whatever themes I'm working with. I'll have a section for things I'm either cleansing or, temporary spell type things. I usually have 2 candles, but right now that's what it looks like. Then this is like more of the work area. This is just regular water. The cool thing with this is that it has a little drawer right here where I generally put my cards. And then it has sort of a work stand right here. I have this little, like, I guess, pie display. What I mostly use it for is to put, you know, some of my excess crystals and different things that I'm putting in there to just kind of cleanse or to just chill out in. I have that, and then I have space to put incense holders. I have this little clay thing that I made in art school many years ago that I just put sage in. I have a little oil diffuser thing that I use to burn resin when I don't want to do charcoal. A little mortar and pestle. And then this is just a really cool, like, um, you know, it's actually supposed to be for books. It was made in Ghana, but I just kind of usually put things on it. And then right next to it is my book of mirrors. I don't really have a book of shadows because most of the things I do are on the fly. I might end up building one of those at some point, but I've tried in the past. Most of the time I can get all my correspondences online and my penmanship really blows. Um, so mostly I have a book of mirrors, scribble a bunch, use many different post-it notes, and I just kind of go back to old things that I've riffed on or my, you know, usually my tarot draws. I have shadow work in here. I've also done stuff where when I am trying to do a mundane task and I'm trying to study for it, like take an online course or do a webinar, sometimes I do notes in there as well, just to kind of stick it into my brain a little bit better. Then these are just little mixes. This is an infused oil that I made, and then this is just a bit of a herb incense mix. It has a variety of different herbs and then some frankincense resin in it. Right there. Also, this is just a really nice pencil that my dad got me when he went to a place called Amalfi in Italy. So, since it's fancy and European, I use it as kind of like this is my like manifesting pencil. Like I guess I'm gonna have to order them from Amalfi, which okay, I have a reason for this. It's not just because ooh, it's from somewhere else. So that means that it's fancier than like pencils I can find around the corner. But apparently Amalfi is where the Pope orders his stationery. I'm not saying that me and the Pope have a whole lot in common, but we do have pencils from the same place. So that is my Pope connection. I hope you enjoyed that little tale. And then another cool thing about this is that I have a nice good sized drawer right here which I use. Oh, and that is my keyboard. So sorry about that. I think I turned my laptop screen down too much. But right now it's pretty disorganized, but I have a bunch of different herbs that I have, you know, some washi tape labels on. Then this also comes in handy. I have some salt that I charged under some shooting stars. This is pinon incense. It's very lovely. It's a southwestern, you know, tree, and it just makes a beautiful scent. I have random incense, dragon's blood, things like that. Bay. And then little charcoals. All sorts of things. But I need to do some organizing. Also, one thing for my parents' trip of a lifetime to Italy is that they also got a fan with the Pope. So a lot of time when I am saging or smoke cleansing something, Papa Francisco is with me. Uh, that is kind of a random thing, but I still have that sort of like, you know, not. I was kind of raised a heathen, and then my parents really didn't care when I became or told them about any sort of pagan or witchcraft stuff. But there is something to be said about, you know, some cherubs and the Vatican. And look at that Swiss guy. I don't know. For some reason, that still unlocks some keys in my brain when I'm doing intention things. And then I have this beautiful little peacock case where I keep a variety of candles in different colors. And then under this is, there's not like another shelf, but pretty much I tuck just a bunch of random tea lights down there, or maybe offering bowls that are a little awkward to put on there. I also have like a tiny little plastic cup that I use as like a little trash can. I don't know why red solo cups are becoming a theme in my videos. Bunch of tea lights. So I keep that under there. And really this is my craft space. I also do have other little altars and things like that in my home. In my bathroom, I do have a little bathroom altar. Just trying to fix this. Don't mind me. Okay, now we have stability. I have a little bathroom altar that's pretty cute that has like some seashells and, you know, this like old-fashioned sort of plate that has, you know, a bunch of, you know, ladies kind of talking and dancing. That reminds me of the Three of Cups, and I like that. And that's in my bathroom. And then by my computer, you could almost say that I have like sort of a tangible or work sort of altar space going on. Or I have a little dish that has like spare change. I have like this green dragon, and I usually put, you know, like maybe like a soda light or something over there. So that kind of is its own thing. And then, let's see, that is my small physical craft library. I have more on my Kindle, but some of these are just easy reference. I have the Tarot Bible. It's alright. If I was going to give a review on this, it would be a solid 3. But every once in a while, it's useful. And then old books. And then one book that I am going to try soon, which is called The Artist's Way. I've listened to it once on tape, and it's pretty awesome. I just have to be more consistent with the morning papers. So I have that kind of thing over there. And then if you want to see my like crazy sort of, not crazy, but very organized sort of like work professional sort of, I guess it's my mundane altar space. It's kind of this, you can see I have almost too many cork boards, but they all have things that are going on in them. I swear to God that somehow it all is pretty organized, but I try to have a bit of, you know, the fun magic by having, having my fingers just in the way. But you can see it. It's a little thing that says believe in magic or choose to live in a world of magic. So I have that right there. I'm going to spin you around. Hi. And then we're going to get back to here. And that is my altar space. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my setup. And I don't know, put in the comments of links to videos of your altar spaces or just ones that you think are cool. Have a good one.